Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Wait, what's this? Wait. I am still Rebecca from Wine Waits and Crafty Creates. I just have a new channel name. But don't worry, all the DIYs, home decor, and crafting ideas that you loved before are still gonna be here. If anything, I'm just gonna be expanding upon that. So, for the new year, I have decided that I want this channel to focus on my DIYs, home decor, crafting ideas, home decor ideas, and things of that nature. My goal for the year is to break apart the other aspects of my old name, Wine Waits and Crafty Creates, and put that into other channels. And this will just be the Crafty Creates part. I'm super excited about all the changes that I have planned for the new year. I have a ton of collaborations coming up with some amazing crafters, people that you may already know about, and I just have a lot of big goals for the year. I'm excited for all the people that are starting the year off with me. I know it's been a while since you've heard from me and have had a video from me. The Christmas holiday season was a little intense around here, and I'm sure it was for everybody. So I'm so excited. I'm excited about the new year. I will make sure I let you know about those new channels as soon as I get them. And let's go ahead and just jump right on in. I have some great DIYs for you today. So you know what? Let's get crafting.
Okay, our first DIY, we are going to start with my favorite, I think, of this whole video. I just took some of the tower blocks that you can get at the Dollar Tree and I laid them out in the shape of a heart. You can make yours larger than mine if you would like. I will just tell you how many I put in a row in order to get my size. From the outside, I have one, then two in the row, then three in a row, then four, and then it continues with four all the way until you get to that center row. Now, you do need to make sure that center row comes down so that way the point at the bottom of the heart comes down. And you do need to make sure that the fourth row over from the outside goes up more so that way the point to the heart goes up so that way it truly does look like a heart shape. And then I am just going to take my E6000 and I'm going to glue the short ends of all of these rows together. I really want this to be permanent with the idea I have in my head. I have a feeling I'm going to love it. So I want to make sure it lasts. I didn't have any wood glue on hand, so I'm going to use this E6000 on these small parts. And then once those are dry, I'm just going to take some hot glue and glue the long edges together, starting from the outside and working my way in. So that way I hold this shape of the heart and my form don't get messed up. Because you definitely want to make sure you keep everything in the order that you have intended so that way it don't lose its shape of a heart. Then I am going to take this pink in my apple barrel paint and I am going to paint the bottom portion. I can't say the bottom half because I'm doing it in about a thirds of the heart in this color. I am going to make sure that I try to have a line straight across to where it will be even. And then I'm just doing the whole thing, the sides of all the Jenga blocks and coloring it nice and full. Then I will take that exact same pink and I'm going to add a little bit of a cream color paint to it. It's almost kind of like an off-white. Again, it's an apple barrel. And it's just going to make it a little bit lighter because I'm trying to go for an ombre effect. And then once I get the middle part in that, I added some water to water down that same mixture. So I had the pink in the lower, then the pink with the cream or the off-white color, then the same mixture as that middle, just watered down. And I tried to blend it all together. And then if you really want your colors to blend, you will want to go back in with the solid pink and do some more around the edges and do some more where that lower half and the middle half meet and just keep blending it upwards. And I promise you it'll blend in. You'll see my final once it dried. You'll see how it really does have the ombre effect and it blended in really well. Then I have these rub-on stickers that I got from the Dollar Tree. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them out and I'm going to place them around the heart so that way I know where I want them. I know how I'm going to be able to get as many of these words to fit. Now, they're all not Valentine. It's actually not a Valentine rub-on at all, but it works really, all the words. It's just a very welcoming, I guess you can say. And it does have some things like XOXO, love, and things of that nature on there. And then you just peel off the back, you lay them down where you want them. And then since I had my paintbrushes right next to me, I just went ahead and used the end of my paintbrush and pushed down so that way the rub on will transfer to my Jenga blocks. I will give you a little tip that worked really well for me. My fingernails are really short right now. They're just really damaged. I flipped the paintbrush to the side with the bristles, and I was able to use that to kind of peel up the piece to the transfer sticker that you remove once you get it pressed down. It helped me so much since my fingernails are so short right now. And just repeat this process until the whole heart is covered the way you would like. So I just thought this was so adorable the way it is. I wanted to show you what it would be like if you just stuck it on like a plate stand. You could definitely just keep it as is and not do anything else with it. Now, I did want to be able to hang it up. So I had this little rope ribbon that I had picked up last fall from Target, and I just really liked the look of it. I didn't want to use any type of twine or anything like that. And I just used my staple gun and stapled it right to the back of the heart. Then I have this adorable ribbon that I picked up from Joann Fabrics. They have all of their Valentine ribbon right now, 50% off. So I went and I got some. I am going to cut it in 4 strands. 3 of them will be used to make my bow. The fourth one will be used to make the tail of the bow. I just like to fold them all over and then fold them in half. That lets me know where my middle is because my OCD can't stand it if my bow is not even on both sides. And it will drive me nuts and I will end up taking it apart and changing it. So I've learned to just fold it in half. I find the middle and then I have it right in the center. And then just fluff it out to your liking. And when you tie it around to tie your bow with the twine or whatever you use, you can just use that then to attach it to the base of where that little rope met the heart. Y'all, I went through some moments where I was unsure how this was going to turn out, but at the end of the day, I love it. It is probably my favorite. I don't know. I just think it's so pretty, so sweet, delicate like for Valentine's Day. I love the pinks and reds that are out for Valentine's that you have for this holiday. So I just love it. I think it's adorable.
So I have some new things in store, a new schedule that's going to come out so you'll know exactly what days to watch for my DIYs. I plan on getting them out to you every week consistently. So you have something to look forward to. I will definitely let you know when the new channels are ready to come your way so you can follow along over there if you have an interest in those topics as well. But for now, I am so excited about everything we have to bring to you in 2021.
Okay, so this next DIY is super easy. I have this rolling pin that I actually picked up in a pack of 3 from TJ Maxx a while ago. I think it was last summer. And I have this red paint, and I'm just going to paint the handles of both sides of this rolling pin. I did give it 2 coats in order to cover it as dark as I would like. Then I am going to take some masking tape. I don't have any painter's tape on hand. And I am going to tape off just a little strip on one end of the rolling pin. And then I'm going to color it in the same red. So I will say this now. One of my goals for today's video was to not use a Cricut on any of my items. I want to show you that you don't necessarily need one of those expensive cutting machines in order to make nice things. So I made it a goal of mine to be able to use stickers or things of that nature in all of my projects today. So I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. So on the other end, the end that I did not paint the red strip, I just added this little bow. I wrapped it around the rolling pin and then added a little bow on top of that. Trimmed it down so that way it wasn't too long. And then I have a pack of stickers that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. Again, I want to show you how there are so many different things you can use in your DIYs. And I used one of these little love stickers to add where I painted the thin line to add right outside that thin line. And it's just an adorable Valentine Day rolling pin that you can add for decoration on a 3-tier tray or anywhere else in your kitchen. This next DIY is just as simple, and I am taking some of those Dollar Tree Jenga blocks, and I will have 2 side by side stacked 3 rows tall. So here you'll see I'm gluing 2 of them side by side. I'll do that 3 times, and then I will stack them on top of each other, and I do end up gluing them all together because I don't want them falling off or making it more difficult when I use them as a decoration. So I will glue them all together. Once I have them all together, I'm going to paint one set in white. And you are going to see that I paint another set in pink, but you can kind of just disregard that. I only had one set of stickers that I really liked. Again, that I got these from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to cut off um, one that fits to me, a saying that fits to me for Valentine's Day, and that is also small enough to be able to fit on these little blocks. And these aren't stickers. They're the rub-on transfers, just like I used in my very first project. So you just peel off the back, line them up, and I did try to make sure that I lined them up to where the ends of the words all go straight down, so that way it didn't seem crooked, that way it seemed like a straight line. So next I'm going to use this Sharpie paint pen, and I'm just going to fix up the L a little bit. The way it was attached on the transfer sticker pack, it didn't come off, but I was able to fix it up to where you couldn't even notice. And then I have this red ribbon, and I am just going to glue a piece around the little fake books. I'm going to make a bow, and I'm going to glue that right on top. This is really just a cute little extra piece that add to a 3-tier tray. to add to any little piece of decor that you have. I did one this summer in my lemon theme, and I just loved it so much. I wanted one for Valentine's Day as well to add to my two-tier tray with my little gnomes. And it turned out cute. And lastly, you're going to need 3 of these blocks that I got from the Dollar Tree, or just cut your own blocks. I'm going to paint one in pink, one in white, and one in red. Now, yes, I have 2 apple barrel paints and then one of my Waverly, which is a chalk paint, but they all get the job done. So they all covered it up nicely. And then I just used some sanding paper and sanded down the edges just to give it a more rustic look. And then again, I took my Sharpie paint pen and I am just free handing some words on the front of these blocks for Valentine's Day, the ones that you would see on any of the little sweethearts or anything like that. And then on the red one, I just did a little heart. And I'm going to use that same ribbon that I used earlier because I just love it so much. I think it is so cute. And I am going to wrap these around like they're all together as a little gift. I'm going to glue it on the top block and then add a little bow. And that's it. This was another super easy DIY. I hope all of these seemed easy enough to you to where you could add so much decor to your home for Valentine's Day. And they are all projects that you could easily use a cutting machine on if you had one and added that instead of all of the ways that I did as well. But I hope you loved everything that I showed you today, and I hope you'll subscribe for some more creative ideas for all the holidays that are to come. I'll see you next time, friends. Bye.